don't know why I did that. Why I don't want to take your money for your amazing YouTube animation idea / channel. Most people on the internet would like to take your money. So yeah, be careful of that. I mean, don't give your money that easily to people. Okay, no. But it's funny because when I say I don't want your money, people will go, oh yeah, sure. A lot of people have been approaching me since I started this little YouTube channel I have here. Still little, but it's decent, I think. I usually say no to these people. I don't wanna. I try to be extremely nice with those type of people. Because I don't want to discourage them again. I think that's great if you want to make a YouTube channel. I think you should actually make it instead of talking about it. I guess a lot of people do go to that route of, oh, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, because most of them, and I guess I will also speak from my personal experiences, we all get once in a while jobs that we're not very fond of, but it's a job. It's a secure job, let's just say, which is not the case. Nothing is quite secure, especially in jobs for that matter. So we once in a while we get one in those jobs where you have one income, one stream of income that you get every month, and you call this a secure job, which I would probably disagree. But once in a while, you might get discouraged in that amazing job that you have. Maybe you can get fired, right? One of the reasons why that would happen, you may get fired, which I have been. My first ever job, I got fired. I didn't do anything wrong. I can say that. I didn't do anything wrong. Actually, one of the reasons why they fired me was because they said, you're too creative. I'm not even joking. That was one of their reasoning. The other thing that can happen from your very secure job is that maybe the company you work for may go bankrupt or whatever. Your position may be non-existent anymore. Anything can happen. And in that way of thinking, maybe it's stupid to think that you can put all of your baskets. What? All of your eggs into one basket, right? That's just a stupid way of living. Even though a lot of even our parents have lived that way. But the more you get into these kind of stuff, you realize, I can actually have a stream of incomes rather than one, right? And that's where the stuff like YouTube come in, and other sites. I guess TikTok. I mean, I don't know anything about TikTok. Maybe I shouldn't talk about TikTok, but you get the idea, right? And a lot of people who get stuck in those jobs, including myself, I have been in a very toxic job before, and I just put my life on autopilot, and I just wait for that Friday or for that day off, which is not the way to live your life, right? Money are important, but to a certain degree, I think. It shouldn't be your main goal. But we all get into that, right? We all get stuck in that highway, if you will. It's hard to get off that. So a lot of people, once in a while, they get this ludicrous idea of, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. But a lot of them do end up in their idea, in their planning stage. They never actually do it. They never actually even create the channel. And those type of people do approach me. They see my work on someone else's channel, and they go, hey, I can do that. I can hire this person. They can help me with these animations, or maybe they can help me with their editing, whatever. And they come to me and say, hey, I have this amazing idea for this and this, and it's gonna have this and that. And I read your emails, right? I do, and I don't want to say no, or I don't want to say, oh, you don't have enough subscribers, which I think is a stupid way to do stuff. But I usually ask, can I see your channel? And their response is, oh yeah, I haven't made it yet. I'm like, and then why are you texting me? What? So if you're one of those people who have this amazing idea, that's great. But start actually making that idea into reality. Like, for example, make your channel. Make your first video. You don't have to be perfect. We all have to start from somewhere and to go somewhere, right? Back in the days, I used to get into photography and stuff, and I used to buy like a lot of lenses. My first camera, I sold that, but now I'm still with lenses, and also I keep buying other stuff still. but I don't actually go. Oopsie, lazy. I don't actually go and do this. Sometimes I do it as a hobby, but very rarely. So what I end up doing is like investing into gear and never using that gear. So I feel like it's the same thing when you try to start a YouTube channel. You just, oh, okay, so I need this, and this. You don't need this, and this. Okay, you need yourself, and you need to put yourself into work. You don't have to have a camera. I think maybe start with a good microphone. That's always a good thing. And there's right now we live in a time where we can get plenty of free products to use. For example, I use Diversifying. So OBS is also a free program to record your screen and your audio. So there are ways you can start without having much. When I say no to these type of people, I don't want to discourage them, okay? I think that's great that you want to make a YouTube channel. Despite the reason what it is, why you want to do it, do it. I know it's, I guess it's the way to say it, but just do it. But you need to start somewhere at the end of the day. And you don't have a channel and you come to me and say, oh, I need to add animations to my ideal video in my head. Well, you don't need those animations. And yeah, I'm saying I don't need your money because I know that when you're gonna invest in something and you're not gonna see the payback immediately, or maybe you will never see that payback. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to work for one time. I guess I would rather have to work for the long term rather than the short term, right? It just pays off more, not just money wise, but you kind of develop that relationship with the person, professionally speaking. And it's better that way. It's better to look for a long-term project rather than for the short-term project. And if I say no to your amazing idea for your YouTube channel, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't start or continue improving your videos. But animation is one of those things that it is time-consuming, it is expensive, and if you even didn't start your YouTube channel, it's like you end up buying lenses like me that you're not gonna use. I have one somewhere. I'll show it to you. Also, something came in the mail today. I'm so happy. I have my katana. So anyway, let me just yes, the lens. The lens. This is the 50mm for micro four thirds lens, which doesn't mean it's 50mm. It's more. I have never used this lens. I have put it on cameras like this one, and I have another one which is over here. Why I brought the katana with me? A child with money. And I have this camera. Like, there's a lot of stuff, right? That most of the time I don't use. So this will happen with your animation idea that you wanna make into your videos. You're gonna pay someone something. You're gonna make, maybe ideally you'll make that video, and maybe that video won't be seen by people. Not many people, let's say, because I do work for bigger channels over the years. But what I'm trying to do with them is not just to take their money for their animation. I'm trying to expand with thumbnails. I'm trying to try to grow their channel, not just with the animations. So that's what I mean when I say I do want to work for the long term, not for the short term. You learn every day, especially with YouTube. It's like you never know what exactly will work and what will not until you do it. A lot of people do. Some people, not a lot, but some people do like to experiment or stuff. Others are very more narrow to their working process. They have a bit more. Some of them have very fixed mindsets, which I watched some YouTubers recently who were talking about growing YouTube channels and stuff like that, and they want to think that there's a specific formula to this kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure. I mean, my channel is not an example for that, but I do work with bigger channels, and man, and it's just, you have to experiment with that once in a while to see, maybe this thing will work or that will not. But you'll never know until you try, right? When I'm trying to find a client, I'm trying to, first of all, I know what I'm bringing to the table, right? I think that's very important to say. And you as the client, or even as the freelancer, you should also know what you bring to the table. If you don't know, double check with yourself. Step back and look what you can give. When I'm looking for a client, I do usually try to look at the stuff as a long term, right? Rather than I'm just gonna do one project, I'm just gonna take whatever X amount of money, I will be fine. This is not the way to do this stuff. You shouldn't look. I guess you can look at it as a relationship between people. Obviously not on that level, but professional relationship is to look for the long term, right? So if you're just there to, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take their money, or I'm just gonna pay them $100 because they're not important. I got my animations, it doesn't work like that. You need to have that trust, and that, well, obviously that kind of builds with time, but you need to look for the long term rather than the short term. And I think a lot of people do fail in that, but it works both ways. Okay, so try to meet the person somewhere in the middle. If you think that those animations that person will make for you, they will enhance your video, then try to get that. Try to get the person. If the person says, "Oh, okay, so I will need a week," and try to give them that week. Try something else. See if it will work or not. Despite how much I'm an idiot. How many you idiot learn English today? Thank you. Subscribers you have, because some people do come with me with, oh look, I have this much amount of subscribers, and I'm like, oh, okay, what do you want me to do? I don't give a shit. And I really don't. I don't know. Every time I see a compliment, I just look at them. Okay. Because the reason someone gave me a compliment, like, oh, I cannot wait to have this amazing animator. I'm like, bro, what? How do you know I'm an amazing animator? Shut up. It's usually fluff most of the times. I'm not saying that people cannot give you like real compliments, but most of the times it's like, oh, I want their attention, so I'm gonna give them the compliment. At least that's how people do this to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, we shall see then. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I guess I can recap this to, if you're approaching someone that you want that someone to work on your channel, on your project, whatever, make sure you know what you want from them. Make sure you ask for a budget, and at the same time, make sure you have a budget for yourself. Make sure you know, okay, I can spend this amount of money when you approach that person. Try to meet them in the middle, right? Try to establish a relationship. Try to look for the long term rather than the short term, and experiment, see how far and how that extra investment that you made will affect your videos, and is it worth it later on? It should be. The answer should be yes, but you never know. So yeah, that's all for me. I hope this video was focused, because the last time it wasn't. And yeah, that's all for me, folks. Bye. Ba 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 ba